Welcome to Local Edition. I'm Bella Shaw. Seems like everywhere you go these days, you see somebody with a dog on a leash or even a dog in a cute little backpack. Have you seen that? Tara Diller joins us. She's the shelter director for the Ventura County Animal Services. And you know, people have these animals, Tara, and you want to adopt them. There's a lot more than goes into it than just going to like a grocery store and picking up something.
Oh, absolutely. We always encourage people to not only research the breed that you're looking to adopt, but be realistic with your expectations. And we assist with that when somebody comes in to adopt. We have adoption counseling and conversations, but it's really important to understand it's a lifetime commitment for that animal. You're committing to that animal.
It's like a child. You wouldn't leave a child alone all day long. But some people do, and you hear these poor dogs barking in a small apartment, and they're not exercised, and they're not treated right.
Yeah.
And people don't think about that. The limitations, for example, for traveling, let's say.
Absolutely. You've got to arrange for pet sitters, and you have to have a sense of trust to trust somebody to watch your pets. Expenses of, medical expenses. They have studies that say the lifetime of an animal, you spend a certain amount for expenses, and
sure,
it can be expensive. And that's why we try to have a lot of adoption promotions, because we're incentivizing the adopters. We understand you're going to go out and buy a bunch of new gifts for your new pet, so let us help alleviate some of that burden and reduce our cost. And we have promotions, and there's a stigma with these promotions that, everybody's just coming in to get a free pet. It's not like that. We have adoption counseling. We have a Meet Your Match program that we use to match people with pets. And so I always say it's like a Match.com for pets. So
because you
there's
can
a
go
system
online now. And you can go online and say, that little Chihuahua's cute. And I bet you $1 million its name is Bella.
We're lucky.
There's a lot of little Chihuahuas with my name.
But
you need to debunk some of these myths that people have when they come in. They go, it's cute. The little cute puppy will grow into a big dog.
That's right. And, that's a big problem. A lot of families come in and want to adopt a puppy, and our adoption counselors are really great at making them understand the commitment that they're about to make, right?
Destroy all their shoes in the house. Are you willing to lose every pair of shoes you have?
And that's why I advocate for the older ones. They're settled. The adult pets, they know their way, and they are mostly house trained and have commands, and sadly they're overlooked.
And some of these animals that you get that are older, you have to kind of approximate through their teeth and things like that exactly how old they are.
Correct.
Some of them might have some health issues that could run into money and expense.
Absolutely. Our shelter is now a no-kill organization, which means that we do not euthanize healthy adoptable pets. So animals that come to us and they need treatment, we're treating them. So we have an isolation unit, we have an ICU room, we're a full-scale medical facility for these animals now. Parvo, which a lot of shelters will euthanize for, we'll treat that. It's tough. It's a huge commitment on the part of the county, which is incredibly supportive of us. But it's a huge commitment on the staff. Every single day they're running at 98%, trying to make sure we've got space and the medical animals are in the right place and things like that. And unfortunately, we don't have a medical facility isolated. So our ICU is right in the middle of our vet hospital.
Okay.
So it's not ideal.
You've got 2 animal shelters, right?
Correct.
And sometimes you ship an adopted pet all the way to Canada or some other place. They saw them online, they want them, you counsel them on the phone, that type of thing?
Well, the ones that we'll ship out, we're dealing with rescue groups. So they're a 501c3 and they're in good standing, and we research them and we contact the county they're from. And so we're not sending adopted pets to Canada, we're sending the rescued ones. And so that's a formal organization coming and looking at the animals we have and selecting them, and then we fly them out.
Now, you did have a Giving Tuesday fundraiser that ended, first of this month, but you're always in need. People don't know, what sort of things do those monies go toward?
Right. Giving Tuesday actually is ongoing until January 5th. So Giving Tuesday was the day that it started, which was this Tuesday. from now until January 5th, we're really trying to raise about $85,000, that's a huge chunk of change, but it's imperative for these animals to live in kennels where they have proper space and
Nutrition and
correct,
yeah.
and it decreases their stress, which increases their chances of getting healthy.
Yeah.
So when you have a stressed animal who's already ill, it magnifies that, and so we're looking to get new cages for the isolation rooms where the animals that may have some sort of contagious disease are housed, and for our ICU unit. And we're going to make this happen. It's really important that these animals have proper space and can decrease their stress so that they can get better quicker and we can move them through the system.
One of the things too is metal cages. They're trying to move away from metal cages, and get something more
Softer looking.
softer,
Yeah.
that they might be used to, because no animal's used to being caged like that, and
That's
they
right.
can't exercise and things like that. So
Yeah.
you actually do a psychological profile for people who come in, and you base it on their personality. If they want a dog just to watch TV with them,
Then we
lay on
call
the
that a
couch.
couch potato.
It's
That's
couch
a
potato
that's a
dog.
label for one of
What
our.
would be a dog that would be suited to them? Just an easygoing. You don't really have
Yeah,
to do too much.
sometimes it doesn't necessarily matter so much about the breed, because like we were speaking before, typically Jack Russell Terriers, you need to walk them daily and give them exercise, but there's some other animals that you may think are high energy, but their personality tells you otherwise, right? So every dog is different and unique, and we're really careful about not lumping stereotypes onto breeds, because pit bull type dogs, for example, right?
There's a big myth about those dogs
Yeah.
that they're lockjaw, and they will attack even babies, and so they get kind of a bad name.
And they do not have lockjaw. No dog has lockjaw. We actually partnered with Harley Davidson Ventura, and they sponsored a program that we have called Pit Crew. And so there's a website, pitcrew.com, actually VCAS, pitcrew.com. There we dispel a lot of the myths about pit bulls and what kind of dogs they are. And a dog is a dog is a dog is really kind of the message. But you can click on the myth button and start to read about the myths, and you can click on personality types. And we're trying to put ambassador dogs on that website. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is showing that, there are pit bulls out there that are just great dogs. I have a pit bull, and there's a stigma, and that's why we partnered with Harley Davidson, is because there's a stigma of kind of the people that ride motorcycles, right? Mm-hmm. There's also a stigma of the type of owners
Sure.
for pit bulls.
Yeah, you make those generalizations.
Yeah. And so my pit bull is the lowest ranking dog in the house, and even to the cats. It's really important for us to dispel those myths.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we didn't touch on, is you probably have some other animals, cats, birds. I don't know, do you have any birds? Do you have any reptiles?
Yes.
Any snakes? You have?
We get lots of snakes, very big ones. We get horses, we get sheep. We have goats. Horses found running loose is common.
Donkeys?
We've had donkeys, we've had a tiger.
Wow, mountain lions?
We've had a camel.
Coyotes?
Yeah, we're not housing the coyotes in the cages.
Well, the takeaway here, Tara Diller, the shelter director for the Ventura County Animal Services, is that even though the Giving Tuesday deadline passed, the 1st of January 5th, it's still not too late to give.
Right.
And we thank you so much for joining us here on Local Edition. I'm Bella Shaw.